Okay. I have another wholesaler who says she is skeptic about signing agreements. I told her I'm not an agent, so I need to market the properties to sell. I understand your concerns, but I don't want to tie myself up in a binding agreement. If you are concerned about getting paid, I can tell you that as soon as you do have a potential buyer and have made sure she has cash proof of funds, I can sign a non-disclosure agreement that would protect you and your client with this work. Well, you let your seller know that the flex option says it right there, that the seller has the right to terminate the agreement. And so they are not in any binding contract. They can terminate the agreement anytime they want if they find a buyer before you do. So, just have them read the flex option. State it pretty clearly on there. When you say convert the flex option to an assignment, do you just disregard the flex option and send an assignment to the end buyer? Right, that is correct. But you're going to convert a flex as an assignment with the wholesaler first, and then you have another assignment from you to the end buyer. Okay. Tim, you said at closing the borrower will pay attorney fees, document charges, including the mortgage, because I'm in a mortgage state, by the way. But the promissory note and the other necessary doc, does that money come out of your own pocket, or does it come out of the loan up front? You said it could be 300 to 600. It comes out of the closing, so whatever happens in your closing, that's when it comes out. It's not something you have to pay up front, no. So all of that gets put into the HUD and calculated, and so it could come out of your assignment fee. It could, or I guess if you're the buyer in this case, because closing costs is either your buyer or your seller. If you're just wholesaling, then you don't have any closing costs. But yeah, it comes out of the closing, not up front. Okay. Hey Tim, is the rehab estimator based on NRE index or what? Because every area is different as to the cost of repairs. Also, you said that private lenders were easier and cheaper than hard money, and yet today you said that the IRA lender would charge 10 to 18% in points, which sounds like hard money to me. And number one, the rehab estimator is that those data is based on repair amount is based on the Houston market, but it's I notice it's a very similar repair in many areas. So check your area and adjust it accordingly. And as far as IRA lenders, private lenders, I'm saying they can charge 10 to 18%, and they can charge 0 to some points. And so I'm not saying that it's the maximum of 18 points and the maximum of 5 points or however many points. I'm just giving you a range here. And so some private lenders are more experienced, and they want to charge you more. But in most cases, that's not. Most cases, private lenders are much cheaper than hard money. It's just some of them, they know how much the hard money lenders charge, and so they want to charge high too. But that's not normal. Okay. And like I said, I gave you a range, so you shouldn't be expecting the maximum. All right. I have a flex option from a wholesaler on a deal. However, the wholesaler is very reluctant to give me the full address of the property. When I asked why not, he said your buyers, if serious, should come up with a letter of intent and proof of funds before they release the full address. The wholesaler replied, I'm also not allowed to market the deal on Craigslist. And so I went ahead and mailed my deal to my buyers list, and 4 replied. Most of them want to know the address. Let me see here of the deal. In order to do due diligence before even wanting to see the property, and I don't blame them either. I have a situation here. Has anybody came across the similar situation? What's the best way to resolve this? It is very rare that a seller would ask you for a letter of intent and proof of funds for little single-family homes type deals. Normally, that only happens in commercial properties, or if you're buying like bulk audio, those things happen. So this wholesaler is just being weird. If you're talking about, you know, a small little deal, single family home deal. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, no buyers put up letter of intent or proof of funds for a little deal. Okay. Are there any SEC rules that we need to know about when we contact private lenders? You know, I teach you guys to, when you contact private lenders, to build relationship with them. And so, you know, if you want, just don't come out and ask them to borrow money from them right away. Build relationship with them first. That should, you know, that should be okay with SEC. But you know, I'm not a SEC expert, and so yeah, I'm not qualified to answer this question for you. Okay, if you're dealing with the seller directly and not through a wholesaler, should we try to get a regular option purchase and sales agreement in place instead of a flex option? If I can only get a flex option to start, do I just get a purchase and sales agreement in place if I find a buyer that wants it? Yes, you could do that. Normally, the way I decide is that if I know it's a good deal that I'll be able to find a buyer and sell it, then I'll just go ahead and use a purchase and sales agreement. But if I'm not sure, then I'll use a flex option. Okay. All right. I am a partner up with another wholesale marketer who is a partner up with another wholesaler that has properties that he needs to sell. If one of my buyers wants to purchase the property, what do I do from there? Then just contact the wholesaler and go from there. Too many parties involved here. You guys can just all partner up with the wholesaler and move forward from there. But do watch my video on that. Do you just need an assignment agreement between the wholesaler and myself to assign to a new buyer, or do I need a new purchase and sales agreement with the wholesaler? You can just do an assignment. So the wholesaler assigned to you, you assign it to your buyer. Based on today's training, the cash buyers will need to review the purchase and sales agreement that is being assigned before giving earnest money. Do you have them sign the assignment of contract before you give them a copy of the purchase and sales agreement? Do you have them copy of purchase and sales agreement with the selling party's information sanitized? No, you show it to them with all of the data there before you sign this assignment and get the earnest money. Okay. All right. What can be done other than suing when no one wins? Make sure this doesn't happen. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, if somebody circumvent you and go behind, even if you have a contract, the only thing you can do is sue. What if my buyer wants to do terms, lease option, owner finance, or lease purchase? Will this count in the challenge? Do you have the flex option for purchase and lease? It looks like to me that kind of deal will work. Tell me if there's an option. Yeah, we do have a flex option for lease option. And so just check the members area of dodeals.com for that, please. All right. Seller puts a property on land trust and places buyer as the beneficiary. Can I still assign the contract? Yes, you can. And you can assign the beneficiary interest as well. What is the best way to make a cash offer on an MLS property, then assign it to an end buyer? Do we need to do a double closing, or can a contract be used to assign it to someone else? Well, this depends. Normally, I don't like to buy properties on the MLS and assign it because the real estate agent is involved, and it complicates the deal some more. And if it's an REO, you certainly can't do that. And so the best way is to just do double closing. Okay. All right. So should we be making any offers on foreclosed properties in lieu of the news about banks' issues with foreclosed process, and just steer clear of them for now and only go after properties that are non-bank owned? Well, I want you to focus on just REO properties for now in this 30-day challenge. But beyond this 30-day challenge, you certainly can make offers on bank-owned REOs. I wouldn't stop. I live in San Antonio, Texas area. It is from my understanding that not all title companies are investor friendly. Are there any investor friendly title companies that you would recommend? Well, they exist in all cities, and so just ask for referrals from other investors. Okay, just ask for referrals. Okay, or you can also ask for referrals from a real estate agent who is also an investor. They can also help you with that. I have a house in my neighborhood that has a sign in front saying it is for lease. I just wanted to know what the difference between a rental and a lease property is. Is it better to lease or to rent? It's the same. It's just different terminology, but it's the same. I've heard that REOs can't be assigned. Is this true? That is true. What's the best way to put offers on REOs and close on them? To just double close on them without taking ownership and money on the line. All right, if you don't want to take ownership, then make an offer under a company's name, like an LLC, and then sell that LLC to your buyer. Okay, but we're not going to go too much into REO stuff for this 30-day challenge. All right. Hey Tim, do you put your assignment fee toward the bottom of the second page of the HUD one? And if so, do you list it as assignment fee, or what do you list it as? It's up to your title company. So let your title company handle this part. They are the one that put things in HUD, not you. So just let your title company handle it. And yes, you can list it as assignment fee because your buyer's not using a conventional loan, so you don't need to worry about it. If your buyer's using a conventional loan, then that's a different story. You can't use assignment fee, but we're not talking about that in this 30-day challenge. And so, all right, I'm not comfortable soliciting to ads that has it's not okay to contact this poster with services or other commercial interests. Are there any ads on Craigslist that do not have this disclosure? Well, it's automated by Craigslist, so all of the ads has this. And so if you're not comfortable with this, then you just can't use Craigslist. You use something else, like use the newspapers or use some other websites. Okay, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's just the terms of service. If anything, Craigslist would just ban you. Ban your IP address or your username, and so it's not a. I mean, it's up to you, of course. How you want to proceed with that. But awesome. Well, we are running out of time for this video, and so I want to I want to remind you about your homework is to go ahead and continue to work on your deals. If you have more questions than what I have already answered here, go ahead and submit it in the form for me. www.1000dealsin30days.com, top right corner, click on member access, go in the form, ask all of your questions on there. Okay, and for this weekend, day 27, 28, it's catching up time again. So go ahead and catch up on it. There's more to come next week, and so just go ahead and catch up. We are going to be doing a couple webinars next week to do a lot more Q&As, live Q&As, so that way you can get your questions answered live. So I guess your homework is to go ahead and write down as many questions as you have. Now that you've been through this entire 30 days, you've been through all of the video training, I hope by now you have a lot of questions. And so bring them, get them ready. You're going to receive an email from us to let you know how to register for the webinars. So make sure you register for that so I can answer your questions live. So with that, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I'm pretty excited about this 30-day challenge with you. I hope you've been having a lot of fun. And I look forward to talking to you more on the next video or on our webinar. All right, bye-bye for now.